No human ship had ever returned from the Dark Nebula, until one signal suddenly appeared. Galactic maps marked the region in red, labeled simply, "Certain Death." Alien empires whispered legends of madness, monsters, and ships torn apart silently. Yet a single human explorer stared calmly at the forbidden coordinates. His name was Orion Kane, a scavenger nobody remembered or respected. They called him foolish, reckless, and completely disposable. But Orion carried something none of them understood: absolute defiance of fear. He launched without ceremony, engines roaring toward the Dark Nebula. As the ship crossed the nebula's edge, sensors began screaming incoherently. Gravity twisted, time stuttered, and stars stretched like melting glass. Orion felt pressure crushing his thoughts, but his hands never shook. Ghostly shapes drifted past the hull, watching, waiting. Suddenly, a massive structure emerged where no structure should exist. Ancient, impossible, and alive, it pulsed like a cosmic heart. Orion realized the nebula wasn't empty. It was guarding something. A voice entered his mind, ancient and unbearably powerful. "Turn back, human, or be erased from existence." Orion answered calmly, "I didn't come this far to run." Silence followed. Then the nebula parted like a bowing giant. At its center hovered a throne world, untouched by time. Alien fleets lay dormant, frozen in perfect formation. This was the heart of a lost galactic empire. Orion landed alone, footsteps echoing across ancient stone. That's when she appeared, the alien queen of the nebula. Her presence bent reality, yet she looked tired. "You are the first human to survive the nebula," she said. Orion replied, "Maybe because I wasn't afraid of dying." She revealed the truth. The nebula was a prison. Her empire sacrificed itself to contain a universe-ending force. But the prison was failing, and only humans could stabilize it. Orion understood the twist. Human fearlessness wasn't a weakness. It was immunity to the entity feeding on terror. The queen bowed, not to power but to courage. She offered him command of the dormant fleets. Orion hesitated, then accepted humanity's responsibility. Together, they reforged the nebula into a shield. The cosmic entity screamed as it was sealed forever. Across the galaxy, sensors lit up in astonishment. The Dark Nebula became humanity's greatest monument. Orion Kane returned, not as a scavenger but a legend. Across distant star systems, alien leaders finally spoke one word about humans: respect. Human embassies received invitations once denied for centuries without explanation. Trade routes reopened, and human ships traveled where only legends once dared. Children across the galaxy studied Orion's journey as required historical knowledge. Orion refused statues, titles, and crowns offered by grateful alien civilizations. He asked for only one thing: freedom to keep exploring the unknown. The alien queen watched him, realizing humanity's strength lay in humility. She granted humans protected passage through the former Dark Nebula. Once feared space transformed into the galaxy's safest crossroads. Orion departed quietly, leaving legends behind him once again. But deep within the nebula, something ancient still stirred uneasily. The queen sensed it and smiled, trusting humanity's future guardians. Orion's journey inspired thousands of humans to explore fearlessly. Humanity's reputation shifted, from fragile species to cosmic pioneers. New alliances formed, built on courage instead of power. Years later, Orion returned to the nebula one final time. The nebula responded, opening its path as if recognizing him. He transmitted a final message. Hope is stronger than fear. Then he vanished into the stars, destination unknown. Some say he still explores beyond known galaxies. Others believe he became part of the nebula itself. Either way, his story changed galactic history forever. The galaxy learned fear builds prisons. Courage builds futures. Humanity was no longer ignored or underestimated. They became the ones who walk into darkness first. And the Dark Nebula was feared no more. It stood as a reminder of one human's choice. A choice to move forward when everyone else turned back. Because humanity's greatest weapon was never technology. It was the refusal to surrender to fear. The galaxy remembered the day a human proved that truth. No human dared enter the Dark Nebula until he showed up, and nothing was ever the same again. This is not just Orion's story, it's humanity's legacy. A legacy written among the stars themselves. In the endless universe, courage still echoes, waiting for the next human brave enough to answer. Because the unknown will always call to humanity, and someone will always choose to step forward. FutureVerse, where humanity's courage shapes the galaxy.